A big game in this one as Naz Reid, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert dominate and drop 20 plus points in this 6-point win in Charlotte against the Hornets. We would pick up this win as well without Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, and Jordan McLaughlin, although the Charlotte Hornets would be missing their best player in LaMelo Ball. And even though the Hornets dropped to 6-12 with this loss, and they're not a great team and missing their stud, this is still a pretty impressive win on the road. The Wolves really are having to find some new ways to win games, and they're figuring out how to do that. And the wealth of different ways to win is getting really refreshing. And it was really all big men backed in this, which I love to see. Also so fun after Kat had an interview on this weekend where he's like, oh, what do you say to people that don't think three bigs can play together in the modern NBA? It's like, fucking watch us. And not only does he step up and back up that talk, all three of them do the following game. Because Karl Anthony Towns, 28 points in this one. He was really scoring the ball well. I liked how he was approaching his matchups. He wasn't trying to rip through guards, although he is mostly against power forwards that he just is more size on, and he handled those matchups well. He was also seeking out threes more, 8 3-point attempts in this one, which I like to see. I kind of feel like we always need more frequency on the Cat three-pointers, so that was great. He would still pick up 3 fouls with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, and that just makes it so he can't be on the court when we desperately need him, and that's been the issue with Cat. His entire career gets so frustrating. I personally thought that was a horrible moving screen call for him to pick up his third, but he kind of has to have this gigantic reversal of every relationship he has with the Sucks, or I feel like this is never gonna get resolved. Like, he has to be so disciplined, he can't complain at all, and then maybe after like a year or two, he'll get treated appropriately, because he was getting 0 foul calls for him in this game, and a lot of bullshit ones early on. And that's just how it goes with Cat, and it's frustrating. Like, he has legitimate gripes, but he also has a lot that are illegitimate. But he was good in this game. Wish we could have had a couple more minutes out of him, but he had to sit a lot of that first half. Rudy Gobert, oh my god, this guy is just balling right now. A completely different player from the previous season. The fear of Gobert is back. People are constantly passing off when they get to the lane, just not even contemplating going up for shots while he's around. And the Hornets had so many tough looks in this game, and that was just their normal. Although they've got some tough shot makers and professional scorers like Terry Rozier. His shot quality was hideous, but he can still make a lot of them. And then you've got the Timberwolves killer Gordon Hayward, who is just never going to miss a jump shot against us. So there were some forces that we had to combat in this game, and it was close for a lot of it. But the Wolves really executed extremely well down the stretch. We even had a moment where we had all 3 bigs out there together, and Naz Reid with 23 points in this game as well, given a little dose of 3-point shooting as well as plenty of hooks around the rim, and he was spectacular, helped us through some stretches where things were starting to get pretty bogged down. And although it was a bad night for the guards in general, Mike Conley made some clutch plays, also would give us 10 assists, although he had a poor shooting night and has kind of been in a bit of a shooting slump the last several games. 1 of 7 from 3 in this game, 3 of 9 in total, but you have a really clutch and one that would really secure the victory for the Wolves in this one and make it extremely hard for the Charlotte Hornets to come back. And then Troy Brown Jr. also was one of the big sparking points that allowed us to have that end of the fourth quarter clutch time run. With 3 minutes left, we were down by 1. He gets an offensive rebound, moves around after passing off the O board, and ends up with an open look, relocating into the slot, draining a 3, giving us the lead back, and then we would kind of go on a run, and I'm loving his minutes. Shake Milton, I mentioned him like every video, 2 for 8 in this one again. There's just a lid on the basket for the guy. It's hard to watch. You just have no confidence in him scoring right now. He's making some good plays. He's pretty good in the pick and roll dishing, but I can't imagine he would be in the rotation if we were fully healthy right now. Strange fact to mention in this game too, Charlotte Hornets get 20 fast break points versus 0 out of the Timberwolves. I feel like I can't blame us too much for that. It's going to be how most teams are going to try to attack you when you're the number 1 defense. They're going to try to get out and run so you can't get set. And then on our side, like, we're getting all of our production from the bigs, and we got to have good ball movement or just kind of set up in the post, and there's not a lot of free runs. Nikhil Alexander-Walker wasn't getting his poke-aways for fast break opportunities as much in this one. So I kind of understand that. It is just something that makes you give a little side eye, though. Slow-mo, I want to give him a quick shout out for going 7 of 7 from the line. From someone that's not an extremely great free throw shooter, that's pretty impressive. As a note for the Timberwolves in general, our free throw shooting's been a lot better than last season. Gobert has his nights where he's horrendous, but overall, team's doing pretty good on that, and Gobert, it's a toss-up, but he's brought so much value this year that it's easy to put aside and be like, dude, you're killing it. I'm fine with it, whatever. Overall, that's a good win. I feel like that's one that we probably dropped last season, so I don't know. It's looking like a different year. It's fun.